friends, thanks for joining me today. I'm super excited to share this video with you. It's going to be about 14 minutes long, and it's just everything that I did craft-wise in 2020. Unfortunately, when I transferred everything over, it didn't keep it in order. So these aren't in order, but I'm going to try to do my best. I think by the crafts I'm making, you might be able to kind of tell when they were done, but this here is Otis. He's one of my friend's dogs. Oops, Siri. And there's one of my Barbies sewing a mask. Her name is Honey, and she's in the sewing studio diorama that I created. Here's some earrings that I created and etched with the I don't know how to say it right, Chomas engraver. There's Honey making a big mess in the sewing studio and making more quilts. And this one is really out of place. This is one of the little wreaths that I did this Christmas. There's my kitty just laying on some mask fabric. I wanted to show you because he's cute. And here Honey is showing off one of her little quilts. This was made with leftover mask fabric. This is a cute little embroidery design from Urban Threads. This is when I did rhinestones. That was really fun. I took a class. Was it a class with Eve? I think so. And then that was a t-shirt that I made for my niece after I took that class. And then that's a pour painting that I did a long time ago, but I made horns for them. I got a 3D printer gifted to me, and so these are some of the things that I printed off. I started a flower farm this year, and so here's some of my florals. Here's more 3D printing Barbie hangers for the Barbie clothes. And then the next couple things are things I did on my SCANNCUT. This blanket for my niece, her great niece and great nephew, Cadence and Jackson. Yeah, and then there's some more flowers that I did. There's going to be about a few more pictures of that. And then upcoming is the picture of my first day with my flower stand, which my first flower stand was just a wobbly plastic table and it blew over in the wind, so I had to put it next to my husband's work truck. So that's when we got our chicken Joe and a lot of the work I've been doing. It's a little picture of me. We had some fires and things got a little crazy, but we had plenty of time to still plant some more stuff. And there's my husband creating the actual flower cart that I have now. And then there's me and my dog Sissy. It's not craft related, but I thought you would like to see her. She's so cute. And there's the dahlias. Those dahlias I've never dug them up, and they've been the best producing dahlias that I've had. And there's just a cute little picture of the flowers that I grew right before the sunflowers bloomed. There's a little spider on the cosmos. And just a pretty kind of sunsetty picture. And then these socks I found at Joann's. They're so cute. I used my SCANNCUT to make a nice signs on the payment box for the flower cart. We ended up doing an honor system because of COVID, and it worked out awesome, you guys. Look how cute that turned out. Since then, my husband has put on a corrugated tin roof. There's my first day putting my flowers out by the road. And so I used my SCANNCUT to create the signs for it. And they worked out great. These and the boards are just old pour paintings that never sold. And so I just put them over it with contact paper. That's all contact paper. Here's a hydrangea wreath that I did right as the hydrangeas were kind of dying down. There's one of my favorite, bouquets that I made. Here's the Urban Threads Monarch butterfly design with a bunch of different colors. And then coming up is going to be a whole series of wreaths that I made this winter. I wasn't expecting to make wreaths. I didn't get any flowers dried from my flower farm, but we started watching videos, me and my husband, on how to do these, and we realized that we didn't have to do them with dried flowers. There's so many other ways to make wreaths. So we went out and we bought, with the cash that we got from the flower farm, we went out and bought a boatload of just supplies, ribbons, wreaths, wreath rings, tons of ornaments, flowers, and stuff like that. And we just we went all in, and I made 33 wreaths this season, and I started right after Thanksgiving, I think. It was a labor of love, but I sold all but five of them. And those five of them ended up staying in my house. Or I think I gifted two of them, but the others stayed in my house. The other three stayed in my house and um, were decorations for us. So it wasn't even sad that we didn't sell them. They were really pretty. So that one definitely sold. And then these are little beers that I made for them, but it didn't end up that one, but it ended up looking weird, so I just gave it to Starby. And those are just polymer clay and hot glue. And there's one of my favorites. This is Bruiser getting ready to craft. He's like, "Come on, mama." And this big wreath, this one is huge. We ended up taking the camper out of it and putting a Merry Christmas in the middle. And I only sold two of these out on my cart. The rest of them all sold online. And that red one was one of them that sold out on the cart. The Hanukkah one was my favorite one to make, one of my favorite ones to make. The beach house, this one was one of my very favorite ones to make. I made a custom one for one of my friends who's a 911 dispatcher in our town, and she absolutely loved it. It was so much fun to make. And then there's an ornament that we made in one of my videos recently. Here's a spoof on a 2020 wreath, the candy cane wreath with the red truck. I think it's absolutely adorable. And then this one was really cute, but it was kind of like turned to the side. My mailman ended up buying that from me in my cart. And then I took the dangly things off the front of the little and made that. This is another one of my favorites. It has lights all up in the blue burlap so that it's shiny at night. Oh, and I remember that one. That one was so cute. And then I could not find a red truck plaque the whole time, and I finally found one and sold that. See, there we go with the Merry Christmas on there. It looks much better than the camper did. And then that's a wreath that my husband made. And that one went to my little nephews and my sister-in-law. That one went to a cat rescuer that is an amazing person in our town. This is my very favorite that I made. This was a custom one I did for my friend that has a ranch that she brings in rescue horses and stuff. And I couldn't really figure out how to do it. And then I looked at some stuff of her ranch, and I think it just turned out awesome. I did a replica of her barn and used my SCANNCUT to cut out the wording and the little silhouettes. And I don't know, I think it just turned out so adorable. I put lights in there and glued it all in there so that it's there forever. And it's only like tied in, so she can take it out and stand it up as an ornament as well with the flag. The flag is all part of all of that. So I used my SCANNCUT to create that sign as well. And I just used a little block of wood that you can find at Walmart. So yeah, this one was my very favorite. And this was the last minute blue and silver one, and I was really happy I was able to get it done. These are some Nutcracker ones that I've done. That was my very last one I did this year. So coming up is some cutting that I did on my DX. I got a SCANNCUT DX last year for Christmas, and so these are some things that I made this year with it. That's faux leather, or is it real leather? I can't remember. And then these are just like signs of the stuff that I did. Let's see, cutting leather. Oh, it is leather. Yeah, it cuts leather like butter. And then this is faux leather, like some holographic faux leather. That's foam. SCANNCUT DX is awesome. That is adhesive foam. So on the back, there's an adhesive. Then there's balsa wood. You have to be kind of thoughtful about what you're cutting in which directions, but you can cut balsa wood awesomely. Then these are some embroidery instructions that I did, applique with the designs that are already on your machine, if you have the same kind of machine as I do. And I just put some lights in this pour painting I did, made it kind of beachier. There's a little lamb on a pour painting. There's their earrings I was wearing in that video way at the beginning. Here's another set of earrings that I made with the engraver, the Chomis engraver. And then this is a Creative Fabrica embroidery design. Whenever they first came out with embroidery, they sent me this design and asked me to make a video on it. And I think it's so cute. Same with these scissors. We made a little pouch for my scissors. This is a little onesie that I made with a design from Creative Fabrica. And then I think this is a design from Etsy. In fact, I'm sure it is. And that's one that I did like 2 color designs. And then this is like HTV on socks. My cousin was right before COVID. She got pregnant. And so, like, giving her a kiss wasn't a big deal. Now you can't get, you're not supposed to get that close to anybody. You especially don't want to get that close to pregnant people. So that's some screen printing I did of a drawing that I made a while back on my computer. And I did the screen printing with the SCANNCUT. I like made the screen with SCANNCUT with HTV and organza, and then I used like t-shirt ink or something like that to spread it. And there's a pour painting. This is a tile that I made with a pour painting, but it actually has the heat resistant stuff on it. So this is whenever I started making masks. My hair was pink. There's Honey showing off more of her work. It was really fun doing this diorama because whenever I was doing masks, I'd just like kind of throw stuff over in the direction of that, and then that would be her next quilt. So it was really fun. And I used my brother SE 425 to make all of these quilts. She didn't actually make these on that little thing. But some of them, with the machine, you can change the size of the design, like the size of the stitch that you're doing. So I was able to make a lot of the stitching really small and make it look like it's part of the whole miniature world. So really fun. As you can see, as she goes on, it gets messier and messier in her area, as all of you probably understand completely. So she made a little baby blanket and a pillow with that one. And now she's trying to clean up. And before she's finished, she's going to make herself a little mask. And now it's all cleaned up. She's making her mask.
Thank you so much. We love you.
And then there's a mask I made for myself. And then there's some masks we made with the polypropylene garden fabric. There's my kitty again because he's just so cute. And then I just really like that fabric. It's a kid-size mask. And this is a felty on a bow, felty that we digitized in Sew Art. Creative Fabrica design going on a dress that I wear all the time. And then this is a little diorama I made of Starby giving away this bench that we did the digitizing for in Sew Art. And I think this is the end, actually. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun for me through this year. See you later. Bye.